How's it going, Rams? Welcome back to another edition of CTV Sports. I'm John Vu.
As always, I'm Hunter Strand. Who's we got on tap for you tonight?
With a record-breaking crowd in Canvas Stadium, CSU football takes another loss under their belt, ultimately causing the end of Jay Norvell's career as head coach here at Colorado State.
Meanwhile, there are impressive performances from the Rams cross-country team and a win from volleyball while on the road at Air Force.
Soccer loses against Fresno State, but uses their shortcomings as motivation as their season continues. On another hand, women's golf heads to Virginia Beach to participate in the Evie Odom Invitational.
All that and more right here on CTV Sports, which starts right now.
It's official. Colorado State football has moved on and fired head coach Jay Norvell. This comes after starting his fourth season 2-5 and 1-2 in the Mountain West. Norvell ended his tenure at CSU with a final record of 18-26, with his best season being last year that ended with a final record of 8-5 and CSU's first bowl appearance since 2017. In his official statement, Norvell expressed his gratitude for CSU and his time here. To our staff and fellow coaches, you have been our tribe, like-minded individuals who love and support our players with passion and integrity. Kim and I look forward to the future with gratitude and optimism. No excuses, no regrets, just love and appreciation. After the decision to move on from Norvell, the Rams immediately announced defensive coordinator Tyson Sommers would be the interim head coach for the rest of the season. Along with a change in head coach, the Rams will be changing offensive play calling from Matt Mumme to Grant Chestnut, who spent time with Sommers at Western Kentucky. In what would be Norvell's final game for the Rams struggled to say the least, and even after setting an all-time attendance record, the Rams found themselves having what could say was a canvas collapse, falling to the Rainbow Warriors 31-19. And while the CSU crowd showed out, I don't know if I could say the same story for the Rams. While the Rainbow Warriors offense played a near flawless game, it wasn't quite the same story for CSU, as the Rams lacked true identity and urgency until the late part of the game. But by that time, it was just a little too late. Not an ideal outcome in a game where you saw the highest attendance in Canvas history. After yet another disappointing loss, and with Rams continuing to dwindle, CSU Athletic Director John Weber saw this as an opportunity to start fresh as CSU approaches their move to the Pac-12. In Monday's presser, Weber expressed his appreciation for Norvell's hard work and dedication. However, at the end of the day, it wasn't enough, leading to the mid-season decision. Here's what Weber had to say in Monday's presser.
I met with Coach Norvell yesterday shortly before 1 p.m. to inform him of the change in leadership for our football program. Met with Coach Sommers immediately thereafter to discuss program leadership as interim head coach, and he graciously accepted that opportunity to work with our program. Coach Norvell and I then took turns meeting with both the staff and with our players, and had good, meaningful conversations with all of them. Yesterday was a hard day for our football program. We absolutely have to enter the Pac-12 with a full head of steam. The opportunity for Colorado State is very, very, very real. And when you look at all the attributes here at CSU, it is all here for us to be wildly successful as we move into the Pac-12. And the goal for us is to play in and compete in the college football playoff. And there is a very, very, very clear path that goes straight through Fort Collins on that.
With 5 games remaining in the season, the Rams have narrow room for error as they're only 2 losses away from being ineligible for a bowl game. With Ram Country having such high expectations, Hunter and I were curious on what CSU fans had to say about the move.
What are your thoughts on the Norvell firing this past Sunday?
I think ultimately it was a good decision for the program because we need to be moving forward as we join the Pac-12.
Yeah, do you think it was too late, too early, right on time?
I think it's better late than never.
Jay Norvell just got fired this Sunday. What are your thoughts about it?
I think, unfortunately, it did have to happen. It did have to happen. I think it was for the betterment of the team.
Do you think it was at the right time? Do you think they should have waited to the end of the season or maybe a little earlier?
Personally, I probably would have given it a week longer just because of that big win over Fresno State, but I think it was around the right time.
So what are your overall thoughts? Are you happy about the firing, disappointed, a little bit of both?
I'd say a little bit of both. I'm happy because now we have no one to blame. So if we lose, then I can blame it on the team.
What were your overall thoughts on the Jay Norvell firing?
Happened too late.
Happened too late.
I think it should have happened weeks ago. I think we waited too long and that threw away our season. Now we're going to go into the Pac-12 unknown. You know,
Right.
we don't know what we have because we wasted all the talent on our team this whole season. Guys are going to transfer now because Norvell getting fired and because our team was just so bad this season. So now it's going to be a really big mess for the athletics department to have to clean up next season, trying to get a new coach, trying to get new guys in the building, trying to change things up with the football culture and program.
Yeah.
So,
What's one thing you'd like to see CSU do? Like, who would you like them to bring in, or just do something in general?
I would just like them to try and give our defense some help because while they're not playing the best, we're putting them on the field so much that they have no chance to try. Our offense is going out there and going 3 and out. We're not throwing downfield. We were supposed to be a running gun, air raid offense. We got all these star receivers and good players here, and we're just not trying. We're not giving our guys a chance to succeed. We have good quarterbacks. I think both Jackson Brousseau and BFN could be good if we give them the chance, but we're not giving them the chance. And so now I think we need to just go out and try and change the culture around our team.
It has been an emotional and hectic last 72 hours to say the least. However, the season is far from over. The Rams now shift their focus towards the battle for the Bronze Boot as they're set to face border war rival in the 3-4 Wyoming Cowboys next Saturday, October 25th at 5:30 p.m.
A well-timed offensive explosion and lockdown defense lifted Colorado State soccer to a 4-1 decisive win over San Jose State on Sunday afternoon, wrapping up Colorado State's California road trip on a high note. The Rams bounced back in style after a pair of low-scoring draws and losses, tallying their highest goal of total of the season and securing their first conference win on the road. Freshman forward Mia Casey sparked the attack in the 24th minute with a composed finish, continuing her standout debut campaign as one of CSU's top offensive threats. The Spartans pulled away even 10 minutes later, but the second half belonged entirely to the Rams. Midfielder Jessica Shivers put CSU back in front with her first career goal in the 66th minute, cleaning up a cross from Casey. In the box, just 5 minutes later, Olivia Fout found the back of the net, leading the team now with her 7th goal of the season. In the 90th minute, Michelle McGowan capped the performance with a clinical strike, her 5th goal of the year, stealing the most dominant offensive outing for the Rams all season long. On the defensive side, the Rams were just as sharp. CSU limited the Spartans to only 2 shots on goal, with goalkeeper Gray Wilson needing to make just 1 save. The back line stayed organized and throughout, preventing San Jose State from building any rhythm. With momentum on their side, and Colorado State returns to Fort Collins for their final home matches of the regular season. The Rams host San Diego State on October 23rd at 4 p.m., followed by a clash with Nevada on Sunday, October 26th at 1 p.m. As the Mountain West standings tighten, these home games are very crucial in CSU's push for the postseason positioning.
Colorado State cross country wrapped up their regular season on Friday as they traveled to Columbia, Missouri for the pre-national invite at the Gaines Creek cross country course. With Mountain West championships upon the horizon, the Rams look to build momentum going forward. In a 32-team field, the men's team finished last as they struggled overall. Their top 3 finishers consisted of junior Chris Henry, who placed 79th, freshman Parker Westman, who finished 162nd, and junior Kerbo, who finished 191st out of 268 runners. Not ideal for the men's team, with Mountain West championships just being 2 weeks away. Luckily for the Rams, the women's team picked up the slack as they placed 15th out of the 38th nationwide teams participating in the meet. It was sophomore Marie Connold who led the way for the Rams, placing 79th with junior Kenya Dene and freshman Tatum Berg right behind, finishing 84th and 88th respectively. With tournament season around the corner, the Rams will have a quick 2-week break before dashing back into competition on Halloween Day for the Mountain West Championships in Fresno, California.
Colorado State women's golf wrapped up its fall season Saturday afternoon with an 8th place finish at the Evie Odom Invitational. The Rams finished plus 38 as a team in a competitive 12-team field led by standout performance from junior Edna Thalen, who secured a 4th place finish individually, the highest finish by a Ram this fall. Thalen played consistently throughout the weekend and caught fire in the final 2 rounds, firing back-to-back 69s to finish even par for the tournament. Her performance ties the season low round for the Rams and marks the first top 5 finish for CSU this fall. Kara Kanencharo continued her strong play, finished tied for 26th at 8 over. Kanencharo led the team with 3 birdies and recording 8 throughout the tournament, matching Theon's 69 for the lowest individual round this season. Kara Lee placed 50th overall, shooting 14 over across the 3 rounds. Lee totaled 3 birdies and proved consistent support to the CSU team's total. Kiara Sola tied for 56th at 18 over. Sola got off to a strong start with a 3 over first round, her best start of the week, and finished the tournament with 5 birdies. Colorado State now shifts its focus to the spring season, returning to action February 2nd through 4th at the Paradise Invitational. The Rams will look to build on a fall campaign marked by strong individual showings and growing depth throughout the lineup.
After a 3-0 sweep loss to Utah State last Saturday, Colorado State volleyball looked to get back on track this week, and let's just say they did just that. In their first match of the week, the Rams traveled south to face the in-state rival in the 11-7 Air Force Falcons. Even after a blowout loss in set 1 ending 25-14, the Rams didn't let that stop them as they went on to win a crucial set 2 in extra points 27-25. From there, CSU took all the momentum and ran with it. And with Keikua Richards being out to injury, it was the big 3 of Eve Wilson, Hallie Jamison, and Maria Brune that led the way. In sets 3 and 4, the Rams took flight as they went on to win set 3 25-21 and set 4 25-20, winning the match in 4 sets 3-1. Even after a struggle in the first set, the Rams took care of business. One could say it was a much-needed road win. Overall, a timely win against a top 6 Mountain West opponent. After CSU's bounce-back win, they headed west to take on a familiar foe in the 6-11 Nevada Wolfpack. These two teams squared off earlier this year in what ended with a dominant 3-0 CSU sweep. Riding a full team effort win Thursday, the Rams continued their momentum in set 1, winning 25-23. And while Nevada took set 2, it was a combination of Eve Wilson, Hallie Jamison, and Brenna Rowland that led the way and ultimately tamed the Wolfpack as the trio combined for 42 of CSU's 58 total kills. While this time around it wasn't quite a sweep, the Rams finished out the match quick, winning sets 3 and 4, 25-20 and 25-21, winning the match 3-1. With their second win in a row, the Rams improved to 12-6 and now sit second in the Mountain West under Utah State Aggies, who they'll see for the second time earlier next month. Looking forward, the Rams return home to Moby for 2 big-time rivalry games. CSU will start their week squaring off against familiar opponent in the Air Force Falcons on Thursday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. In their second match of the week, they'll have an opportunity for revenge as they're set to face the Wyoming Cowgirls, who they lost to in 5 sets in their first match of Mountain Conference play. This time around, it's in Moby. It's in Ram Country. This Saturday, October 25th at noon, CSU will have their shot at starting off a Wyoming weekend with a big-time win. Don't go anywhere, Ram fans, because after the break, our very own Brooklynn Martinez has an exclusive interview with CSU football wide receiver Tay Lanier.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
Welcome back from the break, Rams. This past week, I had the privilege to sit down with standout wide receiver Tay Lanier and talk all things faith and football. How's it going, Rams? I'm here with Colorado State football's very own Tay Lanier. Tay, it's your last year and you're playing at CSU. How does that feel?
Kind of surreal moment. I wish I was here 2 years ago, but man, the timing is right.
Take me back to the first time you ever picked up a football. How did you know that your heart was in football and that you wanted to play at the collegiate level?
I picked up the football when I was 4 years old. I was out in the front yard playing with my dad. Most of my students didn't like playing football. So when I told him I wanted to play football, he was like kind of happy. Not kind of, he was very happy. And ever since then, I knew I wanted to play football and be a D1 athlete.
You had a journey to get to CSU. You played 1 season at UNM,
Oh.
2 at NAU. You actually committed to CSU, decommitted, and then found your way back home. What led you back to CSU in Fort Collins?
So when I had decommitted, I had said a prayer before I went to sleep. I was like, God, if this ain't what you want from me, you could take it away from me. And the next day, I was at the gym with my brother. I got a call from Coach Savage. He used to coach here. He was like, Tay, we're not going to be able to take you because your credits can transfer over. And so I knew then God answered my prayers. And then later on, I started praying. Like when I was in transfer portal, I told God I wanted to come to CSU, and God made it happen.
So you've had lots of experience at other schools. How does the football culture at CSU differ from other schools that you've been to or even visited?
It's a brotherhood. The coaches care about us. You know, the community really do care about us, and everything just a brotherhood here.
Outside of football, you've built a reputation as a Christian content creator with just under 13,000 followers on TikTok. How did you get started sharing your faith online?
I just wanted to share my faith, you know, me being somebody that most people don't think is a Christian because I got tattoos on my neck and hands, you know, growing up in the hood. Jesus always come to the streets, so, you know, just wanted to show people that God is all around.
How does your faith influence the way you prepare for games or handle pressure on the field?
Really just me wanting to play for God, showing my athleticism for God, you know, and do it for all His glory. You know, sometimes I get caught up, you know, trying to glorify myself, and that's when I don't play good. When I play for God, I play good.
Now I have 4 rapid fire questions. Just give me the first answer that comes to mind, okay? What's your go-to game day superstition?
Shoot, read the Bible.
Read the Bible, okay.
Yeah.
If you could have dinner with any athlete, past or present, who would it be?
Past or present. Isaiah Eastman, NAU.
Okay. What's your go-to song or artist to listen to before a game?
Lil Durk, Hanging with Wolves.
Okay. And what's something not a lot of people know about you outside of football and TikTok?
I'm always smiling.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Rams. Thank you so much, Tay, for sitting with me today. And stay tuned for Tuesday night sports shows at 7:30 for the full interview.
Hey, there we go.
Good job.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so much. Tay's story is truly inspiring, and I cannot wait to see how the rest of his season unfolds with the Rams. Don't go anywhere just yet, Rams, because after the break, John, Hunter, and I are back for our favorite segment, Pick Ems.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. You already know what time it is. Let's jump right into it. It's Pick'em's time. First game on the docket, we got CSU versus Wyoming, the border war, the battle for the bronze boot. This is going to be in Laramie, so who y'all got?
CSU for sure. I think with everything going on, they have to win this game, and it's a rivalry game, and they hold the bronze boot right now. They can't lose this game. They can't.
I'm going to go with CSU. I think they're fired up after the Coach Norvell. I think it's going to be a battle in the trenches. I could see this game going like 10-7, 13-10. It's going to be a very low-scoring game. Both offenses aren't all that good, and the defenses are really good.
I'm not going to lie. I've been vacillating, going back and forth on who I want to pick, but I'm going to stick with y'all on this one. I'm going to go CSU as well. I just think throughout the last 72 hours, there's just been so much emotion, and that they're going to come out hot. I think Jackson Brousseau is going to have a really good game, but I don't know. It feels like this is a very low-scoring game, but I'm going to pick the Rams. I'm going to pick the home crowd.
Yeah. We'll go to the next one. We got SDSU versus Fresno State. What are your thoughts on this one, John?
I'm going to go San Diego State. One of the big reasons that this game sticks out to me is that Fresno State lost to CSU, and CSU looked really, really poor against Hawaii last week. And San Diego State, in looking in comparison, they completely destroyed CSU. And I'm overall just think that San Diego State has had a stronger schedule to play and has done overall a lot better. So I'm going to go with the Aztecs in this one.
You hit it on the head. Everything. They have a great defense too, and also, like you said, we saw SDSU at the beginning of the season. not a very good game. So I also have SDSU.
Yeah, I'm going to go different here. I'm going to go Fresno, but I did want to, now looking back on it, I would go with SDSU, but I'm going to go with Fresno in this one. They're coming off a bad loss to the Rams, but they got a week off now, time to prep. They're still 5-2. They still look great in conference so far. SDU has looked good. I would pick them now, but I'm going to stick with my pick with Fresno.
Fair. It'll be an interesting game for sure. I think that'll definitely be the best game out of the Mountain West. But our last game on the docket, we have Utah State versus New Mexico. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with New Mexico in this one. This should be a high-scoring game. I think like over probably 40-30 or something like that, but high-scoring game. New Mexico's at home. I'm going to give New Mexico the edge in this one over Utah State.
I'm going to agree. And they're also coming off that win against Nevada, 24-22, a hard-fought game for all 4 quarters. And New Mexico's run game is really strong, so it's going to take a lot for Utah State to stop them.
Looks like I'm against you guys in this one. I'm going to go Utah State. I just am not a fan of looking at New Mexico's schedule. They haven't played great opponents. They haven't proven enough to me, at least, that they're a good team in the Mountain West. So
really?
I'm going to go with the Aggies. It's a little controversial, but
I don't know. They beat UCLA this year. How's that not a good win?
UCLA's been spotty, but I'm going to go
spotty. Beat Penn State. How are they spotty?
I'm going to go Utah. I mean, Penn State's not a very good team, let's be honest, but I'm going to go with
at the
Utah.
time, but yes.
I'm going to go with Utah State. I'm going to have to disagree with y'all tonight.
Well, that's all we've got for you tonight, Rams. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday.